This is Jimmy again speaking to you from his home in North Fort Myers. One of the principles of Florida friendly landscaping is to recycle yard waste. If you look around my garden here, I've got grass and I have cuttings and I have leaves and I have trees and shrubs I've pruned, and it can all be recycled. I can also go into the kitchen and anything of a vegetable nature, it can also be recycled. One of the simplest ways to do that is to use a composter or composter, as you guys say here in Florida. And if you look here, I will show you today how to make a homemade barrel rotating composter. Why do you compost? Because what happens is its aim is to recycle the green matter from your kitchen or garden, the landscape, back into the soil. Compost contains vital nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and the metals copper, manganese and iron. These help to promote healthy plant growth. They help the roots. The compost also helps to create a mixture that is organically favourable for worms, microorganisms, etc. I can use it to improve the soil. What I'm doing effectively, I'm taking the waste and recycling nutrients back into the soil. Let's look at this barrel I made today. Thanks to our friends at Affordable Barrel. Hi Don, hi Ron. You go down there and you buy yourself a barrel, a food grade barrel. How's it made? Well, there's two components today. I've got the barrel and the frame. You don't need the frame. You can just roll it along the ground, shake it all about, and let's see how we made it. First thing is, I cut, scrap that, no, I'm like you gentlemen, far from perfect. What I did was, I marked a panel 17 inches by about 9 inches. How did I mark it? And this is a good tip, ladies and gentlemen. Use a Sharpie permanent marker. These are excellent. So what you do is you mark your frame first. Also, at the same time, you mark the position of your hinges. These are 2 to 3 inches in length, and your hasps 2 to 3 inches in length again. Very important, mark the position of the holes first before you cut it out. How do you cut it out? Once you've marked those, drill them. They are all 3/16 in diameter. And how do you cut out that panel? You drill a 5/8 hole here, then use your jigsaw carefully going around and cut out that section. The next thing is attaching your hardware. Simply use screws, nuts and bolts. I've forgotten their size. Look at this, I've got my crib sheet here. There it is. I'm going to use 10 24 1/2-inch combo round bolts that come complete with the nuts. So this is what I've done is I've drilled the holes, I've put in my bolts, and if you can see inside, this is the door. One of the important features is to lock those nuts using Loctite thread locker. This is the stuff that's blue, okay? This is the stuff that's blue. It will ensure that the nuts don't come unlocked. Let's look inside. There's a slight modification I've done. If you look inside at the back, you can see two fins. These fins help to mix as I rotate or spin the barrel. They're approximately about 7 inches long, and I've drilled holes in them and secured them by bolts and nuts at the back of it. And also, if you look, I've got a drain plug. And now the drain plug is either to drain it or to tap off that special garden tea. This contains all the nutrients and everything else you need to promote healthy plant growth. The final thing is, what I've got here is, I drilled an inch diameter hole, and I've inserted a inch galvanized piping. Ask the friendly guy at the Home Depot or Lowe's to cut you a length of that. The final part of this barrel project is I've added a handle. If you look over here on this side, I've simply got a 30-inch length of inch PVC pipe. I've drilled 2 holes, 1 and 2, and secured it inside, and there is my rotating barrel. Shaking it all about, okay? Move that down a little bit so it's nice and neat. So that is that. Of course, you don't want your things to drop out, so I've got these clips, and in England I don't know what they're called, but it's 1 and 2, and the final part is I've drilled 3/4 inch holes every 6 inches around that barrel to enable the air to get in, so I can have aerobic, I've forgotten the word, aerobic respiration. What's the word, Mark?
I'll be going with that.
Aerobic aeration. Without that, you can't get the organic contents to decompose. And the final part in this project was to make a frame, a sawhorse, call it what you like, and it's constructed out of pre-treated 4x2 timbers. Simply, you need just 3 pieces of timber, 8 feet in length. Get the guy at the Home Depot to cut your supporting stands. They are 4x2s, 2 4x2s, and then the final securing bars or feet. I'm just checking on what size they are. I think one was the inside, correct, is 43 inches. The outside one is 45 inches. So get the guy to cut them for you. 2 inside of 43, 2 inside at 44. Final word on this project is, how did you secure them? I'm looking for the screws, but I can't find them. They are a 3-inch, I'm just trying to find it. They are Spax T30 T-Star lugs. They don't have to be pre-drilled, just mark off on the frame and just drill them straight in. Well, that just about concludes this project. The final thing is, it's a hot day today. I could buy some black paint. It helps to absorb the light, heat. Practically got it correct, and as I always say this time, keep your fingers green and happy gardening.